Me, Nita Fajita, and today's video we're going to be using my new laser engraver, and we're going to be making some leather patches to add on to my hand sewn items. So these items are going to be used for my upcoming craft fair. I finally just signed up for my very first craft fair of 2025. So I have a ton of work ahead of me, and this time I really want to take my branding to the next level because these are new products that I'm going to be offering for my small business. So I want to be taking my book sleeves, my new scrunchy tote bags, and book sleeves to the next level with these laser engraved patches. So I'm going to be laser engraving my business logo onto these patches, and I will be heat pressing them onto these items. Now you can make leather patches and sew them on if you would like. I might end up doing that for future projects, but for today's project, it's going to be the most simplest little addition to these handbags that are really going to make them stand out and really make Nita and Thread business look more premium. So let's go ahead and head over to my laser engraver and let's laser engrave these patches, and then I'll show you guys how to add them to your own bags. Okay, so for today's video, we're going to be using this leather strip to make patches. This leather strip has like adhesive already stuck onto the back of it, so I don't have to add anything to it. The same for these patches as well. They have a sticky adhesive on the back of them, and you just peel them and use an iron or a heat press to get them to stick to whatever item you're going to use. I feel like these patches are going to be too big for my logo, so we are going to be doing my logo on this instead, and we're going to be cutting around the logo. So as you can see, we already did like one little test strip. Let me show you real quick. So we did a little test strip of this one, but we made some adjustments to it. This is going to be 2.5 inches wide, and we're just going to heat press it on the bottom corner of the bag. You could totally make it larger and do it in the middle of like your tote bag or whatever. These also look really good if you had like a different type of logo. You can even laser engrave your logo or some type of saying or design onto it and add it to your bag. But I feel like these are just a little bit too big for the design, and I forget the term. I believe it's called like an offset, like kind of frames the logo. I'm sorry, I can't think of the terminology, but we're going to be doing this and adding these to my bag. I'm going to batch out a ton of these because I do have a market coming up. So you need to prep out a ton of tote bags and different items, and I really want my branding to be on point, and I think adding these little leather patches are really going to make me stand out and just feel like it makes it look so premium and just a lot nicer. I will have all of the supplies listed down below for you guys too. I got all of these items off of Amazon. Even my WeCreat laser engraver you can purchase off of Amazon as well. I do plan on making a bunch of items that I will be using to sell at markets using a laser engraver or this laser engraver. So definitely, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be doing a ton of market prep, and I'm going to be using this machine a lot for that. So you don't want to miss out on a ton of new fun projects using the WeCreat laser engraver. So I haven't had a chance to play around with this laser engraver too much. I've just done a few like little projects. I will let you guys know how I like this machine, but so far it's been a really fun addition to my business, and I can't wait to see what other things I can make that could make my business a little bit more unique, a little bit more branded, and just that quality too. I'm just curious if I can really use this machine to help up my brand. As of right now though, with this machine, I don't plan on using it for high production. I just plan on using it to add like little things like this for branding to my business and to my products. I do plan on using this laser engraver though to help me prep for my market, not only the products but also display stands. So I'm just really excited to use this bad boy and see all the different things I can make. But I would just say that this machine definitely isn't for high production. There are other laser engravers out there that would probably be better for bigger production, but for right now, this laser engraver is working great for my small business. I already have my design uploaded to the software. Now this does come with software for you to be able to use, and so far the software seems pretty easy to use. It kind of reminds me of Cricut Design Space, I believe it's called. I don't remember. I don't use Cricut very often, but it kind of reminds me of their software a little bit. I do plan on using this whole piece of leather to make little patches. It's going to take about 40 minutes. So that's why I say that this machine is probably more suited for crafters than for high production and for like a lot of orders. So 40 minutes is going to take a while, but at least I'll have a ton of patches ready to go and prepped for my market. So typically I would just send whatever designs over to my project and have the laser engraver going while I'm doing other things, such as like sitting down and sewing, or if I'm embroidering. I would just have this going on in the background. Now I would stay in the same room with this machine just for safety reasons. Basically, I'm just going to send this and then I'm going to go sit down and sew. And as you can see, I already have my design loaded onto the computer for it to laser engrave out. You can also see my piece of leather too, so there is a camera for you to be able to position the design exactly where you want it on whatever item you're laser engraving. But let's go ahead and send this and let's start laser engraving. So it's not too incredibly loud. It also does come with an air purifier, so it will clean the air for you, because a lot of times with laser engraving, you don't want to be breathing any of these fumes in or any of these particles, which I actually forgot to turn on. So let's go ahead and turn that on. So yeah, it is not too loud. It does have a noise to it. We also put some like objects down onto the leather to help prevent it from shifting or moving around when it's being laser engraved. You can use magnets or other items. I do need to look and invest into some magnets. Right now I'm just using a bookmark. All right, well I'm gonna go ahead and let this do its thing, and I'm gonna go sit down and sew. I also wanted to show you guys my new little sewing setup. So I want to start vlogging during a work day, but during the workday we have our employees and the kids, and it just gets a little crazy. So we're gonna have this like little corner for me to work, and I'll be able to film work with me vlogs of me sewing. So I'm so excited to have this new little area. I got this cool little chair where I'll actually be able to sit crisscross in it if I wanted to, but it's a pretty decent size. And then the desk works perfect for my sewing machine. It's not quite big enough for a cutting mat. You can fit a smaller cutting mat on there, but I'm pretty obsessed with it. It also raises too. I don't have it plugged in, but it does raise up and down as well if you ever need a standing desk. I really do love my new little area though. I am gonna add some sewing decorations and some other things, but I'm pretty obsessed and I can't wait to start sewing and filming more work with me vlogs, because I know you guys definitely wanna see those. I can't wait though to use this little desk area and start sewing because my Nita and Thread website and Etsy has been on vacation mode. I'm going to be revamping my website and redoing my Etsy shop, and I'm going to be adding a lot of new different items, and I'm also going to be going to my very first market in like a month, so I have some time to prep for it. But I'm going to be adding a lot of handmade sewn items to my shop. So you guys may have seen it in my last video, but I made this scrunchy tote bag. I'm going to be offering scrunchy tote bags, and then 2 different types of book sleeves. I have my bow book sleeve, which I do have a tutorial on. I'll have that link down below for you guys if you haven't seen that video yet. But I'm a big dark romance reader, and I just really love the skull fabric. I do need to find more fabric similar to this because I got this at Joann's, and with Joann's going out of business, I need to find a replacement. I'm also going to be offering scrunchy book sleeves. I do have a tutorial coming out for you guys for this one. I'm going to be selling these in my booth. I am going to a strawberry festival. I have done this festival before and have done well at it. I think I actually have a YouTube video too on it, so if I can find it, I'll link it down below too for you guys. But one requirement for this festival is to have some type of item that's strawberry related. So I have this strawberry fabric, so I made a bow book sleeve in this fabric. I do need to make a tote bag, and I need to make a scrunchy tote bag and a scrunchy book sleeve too in this fabric. So that's something I have to sew. And then I also too make other items for my shop. I make scrunchy keychains, which I have done really, really well with these. And then I just added these to my business, which are scrunchy lanyards. I also have a tutorial on this too. But I need to make a ton of these tomorrow for my work day. I'm just gonna be sitting and sewing pretty much the entire day, and then doing homeschool as well. I do actually have some scrunchy keychain orders for my other business that I have to make. So I have a lot of sewing that I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. It's gonna be nice having this new little area to be able to work and just be able to focus on my orders and prepping for this market, because I don't wanna wait till last minute to have things for my market. I wanna have everything prepped and ready to go, so I don't have to stress and have to stay really late the night before. I just wanna be able to go to the market well rested and just in a relaxed feeling. I don't wanna feel rushed at all. All right, let's check and see where we're at with the laser engraver. So we got a couple needle and threads and laser engraved onto this giant leather patch, or this piece of leather. So it's just doing the engraving portion, and then once it's done engraving the leather, it will go through and cut out each little needle and thread into a patch. And then we'll be able to heat press these onto my book bags and my book sleeves. But all the laser engraving is done. Now we're just cutting them out, and then we'll be able to heat press. This part is faster than the actual laser engraving part. Part takes no time at all. We're thinking of doing either like DTF transfers on fabric and cutting out the fabric like that, or doing sublimation, or doing something of that sort as well, to see if that's like another option for us to be able to add branding to our products. But I'm really obsessed with these laser engraved leather patches. And it looks like it is all done. Laser engraving. Okay, so I should be able just to peel these right off. Okay, so there is my laser engraved patch. And again, on the back, there's a sticky adhesive. So now we're gonna take this and my item that I sewed and heat press this onto it. We're in the garage right now, and we officially have pretty much all of our machines besides the laser engraver out here in our garage. Once I clean up this garage, I am gonna show you guys a shop tour on how our shop looks, because since the last time I showed you guys what my shop looks like, it is dramatically, and I mean dramatically different. So right now we're just waiting for the heat press to finish heating up. Once it's done, we will start heat pressing these patches. So I just tested out the patch on just like an old t-shirt, but look how it turned out. I think that looks really good on a t-shirt. So cute. But let's go ahead now and let's test it out on a tote bag and my book sleeves. So I couldn't really find the exact temperature and like heating instructions for this leather. So we just set our heat press to 320, and we're just heat pressing it for 20 seconds. So our shop looks pretty rank, but it is under construction, so don't mind it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my book sleeve first. I have a pressing pillow inside of the book sleeve, so let's see if this works. And I'm gonna take my patch and I'm gonna put it in the bottom right hand corner. You can do it in the middle, anywhere you want, but I'm just gonna do it in the bottom right hand corner. Okay, so I ended up adding some heat tape as well to the patch so it doesn't move when I heat press it. I think this is pretty cool for a heat press. We press both of these buttons, there's one on this side and one on this side, and it just heat presses it for me. We don't have to use our hands to press it down, so it is so much better for our arms and our shoulders. Okay. All right, so there is the leather patch on the item. It does seem to like change color a little bit. I don't know if that has to do with the heat, and it will like, maybe once it cools down, it will go back to its normal color. I might try some butcher paper over top to see if that helps the patch from changing colors. If you guys have any tips in the comments down below for leather and it changing color while heat pressing it, please let me know down in the comments. All right, so there's our first one done. Let's go ahead and move on to the next. All right, so I'm gonna try it without the pressing pillow this time to see if it makes a difference. But I'm also gonna use a thing of butcher paper as well. Here we go. We're gonna heat press it. I just took the tape off and now we're gonna heat press it one more time. I think for sure use a pressing pillow. Okay, so definitely use the pressing pillow. I think that'll make sure that the whole thing gets heat pressed because some of the edges are popping up. So heat press it one more time with the pressing pillow and let's see if that helps. Okay, so that definitely worked out much better. Definitely recommend using the pressing pillow. But here is this one. Love it. All right, so let's see how those patches look on a lighter color print. Okay, my battery died, so I don't know if it caught me making this one. So let's see how this one turned out. And take off the tape. Press it one more time without the tape. I'm obsessed. Obsessed. All right, here is this one on the strawberry fabric. I'm seriously obsessed with these leather patches. I feel like it really does give the items just a little bit more professional and it just makes my items feel just more premium. So I'm really loving these. I have one more to do. I have the tote bag to do, so let's see how that one turns out. And I feel with the tote bags, like I probably even go bigger with my patches. But let's see how this one looks on, or this size looks on these size tote bags. And if they look too small, we can always go bigger for just the tote bags. All right, we're done with this one. Let's take everything inside and let's have a closer look there. All right, so here is everything. I really honestly love how these leather patches turned out. I think even for the tote bag, having it at the 2.5 inches width works perfect. I just really wanted something for branding, nothing too big and nothing that would take away from the actual sewn items. You can always switch out the color of leather that you want. So if you have a lighter color print, you can always go for a lighter color patch if you want. But I really love the look of these patches and I have a busy couple weeks ahead of me prepping for this market. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I have a ton of videos down below that you guys should totally check out that I think you'll love. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.